So I just celebrated a birthday a few days ago, and I realized that I finally was at a place in my life where I had joy and excitement again around my birthday. And so I wanted to do a post, I wanted to do a video that would help people find ways to reclaim the joy and excitement around birthdays and holidays, because odds are your toxic ex found ways to ruin them for you. So, welcome back to my channel and Be the Light in Their Storm. You can also follow me on Instagram at Be the Light in Their Storm. And on this channel and Instagram page, we're going to do a lot of talking about healing yourself, the different levels of shit that you've probably been through or going through with your toxic ex, and children in the middle of it all, and your parental alienation that's most likely going on, and just all of it. When you are trying to co-parent with a toxic person, a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, any of the above, you are on a constant roller coaster. And there is a lot of things in life that you sacrifice. There's a lot of emotions and feelings and things that you just have to take that back. You don't have to curb them, but we tend to curb them because it's easier to just not keep trying, because you feel like you're fighting this beast that isn't going away. And they have done everything and anything that they can do to minimize you, to make you insignificant, to make you not enjoy life. That is most likely their goal, especially if you let them. So at least for me, I lost joy. The joy in my life and excitement around things was gone. I honestly had none in my life at one point. So birthdays, didn't look forward to them anymore. Holidays were just kind of another day, and everything just ended up being because anytime I tried to be excited or look forward to something, it was ruined. My expectations were completely shattered, and most of the time it was because of my ex in the beginning, for sure. And then over the years, there was a point where it was my children, and not for me to blame them in any way, shape, or form, but through the means of the parental alienation, there was a lot that wasn't there for my children that a normal parent would have. So parenting, going through parental alienation, and then this toxic person is still in your life, you lose joy. At least I did. So to finally feel that again around my birthday, and to know that this year I was in a place to where nobody was going to take that away from me. Nobody had the ability to allow myself to get that low and that hurt by their lack of whatever. That I was coming into my birthday with excitement and joy, and that is where I chose to spend my day, is within the happy realms of emotions versus allowing the negative ones to come in and take over. So I really want to share some of this with you and hope that it can help you find some joy again and excitement again for things in life if you've lost that around anything. So I'm going to give you some examples of things that my ex has done. And they're not all going to be around my birthday, but around holidays and major days to kind of just give you an idea of, if you aren't, parenting and you're just watching this video, of what a toxic person is willing to do just to try and make your day or your life miserable. So I remember, let's see, one birthday, my toxic ex showed up to drop off the children with a birthday bag in his hand. And for a split second, I was like, oh, he's actually trying to be nice. Lo and behold, did I know, inside this bag was all of the ties he had that used to belong to my brother that passed away. And he gave me this bag with a note and my brother's ties. So of course that's going to pull emotional heartstrings. It's my brother that passed away. And then the note said something like, here's all your brother's ties. Oh, and by the way, the shirt that I had of your brother's, some girl wore home and I never got it back. So sorry. And I think that was like the first birthday after I had left. And I was dumbfounded. I was utterly shocked, not to mention emotionally upset that he did that to me on my birthday. So that's just one example of a birthday. For Mother's Day, he was remarried, and his second wife was not allowed to come to my son's kindergarten Mother's Day event, which she pressed to try and come to. So instead of her, since she wasn't allowed to come, my son showed up to school for his Mother's Day event with 4 different colors in his hair. So my Mother's Day pictures with him that year were his hair being 4 completely outrageous different colors. Christmases. I was in court every year 2 to 3 days before Christmas for the first 3, maybe 4 years after we split. 3 times by him, once by his ex-wife. Second ex-wife. Now ex-wife. So, toxic people like this will not stop at anything. That's 3 completely different holidays and important days that he found ways to cause chaos, try and ruin them, stress me out, get a reaction, and just create a negativity around. So, it happens once, you're like, okay, whatever. It happens twice, it happens 3 times. You just get to the point where you're like, forget it. Like, I know something's going to happen. What's the point in me even getting excited? Because you get wrapped up in this constant, just negative vibe. It's the negativity that takes over, and you end up just living in it because it's easier to just live in the negativity than to constantly keep trying to fight your way out of it. So it's hard to keep that joy and excitement around these days that, when you reflect on them, have all this negativity around them. And when everything is constantly just negative, where are you supposed to find that joy and that light from, and that excitement? Like, where is that supposed to come from? Because if you can't find it within yourself, then you have to look to external people to find that for you. And if you are lucky to have a good support system around you, then hopefully, you have people that can help you find that joy. But not everybody has that. And I didn't have that. support system. So it fell on me to be the one to bring that joy and to bring that excitement. I wasn't even necessarily getting it from my children because the level of just disconnect and disrespect and lack of regards for me as their mother was, it wasn't there. Like, they weren't excited for my birthday. I wouldn't get like the homemade cards because they didn't have anyone to kind of say, hey, you know what, let's get your mom something, or why don't you make your mom something. They had me, and I don't want to, like, I didn't want to be telling my kids to make me birthday cards. Like, that didn't feel right to me. So it just got to a point where it was like birthdays meant nothing. There was nothing to them. And, Christmas was all about the gifts for the kids because no one was helping them buy gifts for me. And yeah, I buy myself a thing or two, but so just that joy and that excitement that you have around certain holidays and like getting your gifts and feeling that love and connection with other people just wasn't there. So, one way to really help you find that joy again is to reflect on your younger years. Reflect on things that make you happy. Like, what about your birthday was exciting for you? Was it getting the gifts? Was it going out to eat? Was it having a certain cake? Like, what for you brings you the excitement and the joy around your birthday? And or Mother's Day or Christmas or your children's birthday or whatever holiday or special day it is that you are trying to, regain that joy and that excitement about. Reflect on and really think about what it is about that day that used to make you excited, that you looked forward to about it, and then find ways to recreate that. And it doesn't have to be identical, but find something that helps you recreate that feeling that you got. And, if it was going out to eat for your birthday and getting, whatever birthday cake they gave you at that restaurant, then find a restaurant that you like and that has a good dessert for their birthday and go and have fun and enjoy it with your children or by yourself or with your friends. And let that be your joy around that day and the excitement that you've been missing. Or maybe, you just want to spend the day alone or go to a spa for the day. Whatever brings you that excitement around that specific holiday, find ways to recreate it for yourself and your children in the present moment. The other way is to find the positive emotions within you. So it's depending on, the severity of your situation or how much trauma you've been through, if you're dealing with complex PTSD or emotional abuse or, whatever it is that you're currently working with or feel you may have to work through. They're all very negative places. So we tend to get stuck in these negative habit loops and these negative mindsets that you have to work on changing. And they're easy to change. They're like creating habits. It's just overriding the negative into a positive and making it a habit and a routine for yourself. So, for instance, if you are constantly negative and you have a birthday coming up and your mindset is, yeah, whatever, it's just another day, like I don't even care anymore, I'm not expecting it to be good, so it's whatever, then that's the mindset and that's the tone that you are setting for your birthday that's coming up. So even if you have, inside of you, you're like, oh man, I really hope that someone gets me flowers, or I really hope someone surprises me, or, I hope my kids make me a card, whatever. You're going to have these little things inside of you that, like, oh man, I wish. But if you keep them inside and you don't let them be present, then the tone you're setting is that negativity that you're just expecting it to be bad. Your kids are probably going to be in bad moods and no one's going to wish you happy birthday anyway. And you have these negative thoughts that are going through your head. That's what you're putting into the universe, that you are expecting your day to be like. So that's what you're going to get. And that's not what we want. We want oh, I can't wait for my birthday because I'm going to have flowers and this, that, and another. And you find ways to create that. Maybe it's you buy the flowers for yourself, or you ask your kids to make you cards, or you set up, a play date for the day for you and your kids to go and have fun and do something. You're going to have to maybe do a little work yourself, depending on the age of your kids and the extent of the alienation. But it's also okay if you're by yourself. Like, okay, find something that makes you happy that you're going to do for yourself and put that out into the universe. Set those intentions and that mindset going into your birthday that you can't wait for it and you're so excited and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and create that excitement and that positive mindset within yourself for yourself, and you'll see the changes for that birthday versus having that negative mindset of it's just going to be miserable. And if something bad does happen or those thoughts creep back in, just say, you know what? Nope. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's going to be bad anymore. I'm changing that thought pattern, and we're going to have this type of birthday going forward. And you choose to change that habit and that thought pattern from being negative into a positive. And it's going to take time. It's going to take repetition. You're going to have that negativity come up. You may have something happen on that day that is going to try and pull you down. And maybe it does for a little bit. And that's okay. But then, you have the right and the choice to turn that around. You don't have to stay in that negative place if it does come up. It's not always easy to pull yourself out of it, but you do have that choice and you do have that ability. And even if it's baby steps to getting stronger and stronger at being able to do that for yourself, you can make it happen. And changing those negative thought patterns and those habits into positive is exactly what you need to really regain control of the joy and the excitement around the holidays and the special days in your life that you are missing, or maybe you're afraid you're missing. So either way, I hope those help, and I want to share a little of my excitement for my birthday this year. I got flowers from my kids, and I got a card, and we went out and had a great meal and spent time together without a lot of the fighting. And I've noticed, my own healing and sharing things with my kids on that front has definitely helped across the board for all of us, and brought them more present and aware of things within our bubble that we have with us. So hopefully you're able to find that for yourself with yourself and your kids. Infinite love and gratitude. I appreciate you all being here. Namaste.